The camera fades in, showing a dark, moonlit city. The wind howls and shadows stretch unnaturally along the rooftops. On one of those rooftops stands Ryuto Kageyama, the last surviving member of the Kageyama clan. His hands tremble, not from the cold, but from the dark power surging through him, the curse of the Shadow King, inherited from his father. The power, once a gift, is now a dangerous force, threatening to consume him. Narrator Ryuto's voice, filled with internal conflict. How much longer can I hold on to myself before I become just another shadow? The shadows around him pulse and writhe, responding to his inner turmoil. The more Ryuto tries to push them back, the stronger they grow. He knows that the power he wields could be his salvation or his destruction. The curse of the Shadow King is both a blessing and a curse. Flashbacks rip through Ryuto's mind. His father, the leader of the Kageyama clan, struck down in a brutal attack. Ryuto, left alone with nothing but the legacy of a bloodline marked by darkness, inherited the curse that now threatens to consume him. The shadow powers allow him to manipulate time, control shadows, and bend reality, but at the cost of his soul. Narrator Ryuto's voice, filled with grief and rage. I didn't want this power. I didn't ask for it, but now, it's the only thing I have left, and it's all-consuming. Ryuto's journey for vengeance and answers leads him to uncover truths that shatter his reality. The curse has become a prison, and his quest for revenge has become a battle to control the darkness within himself. Ryuto's search for the truth brings him to Ayumi, a former member of the Kageyama clan. She had known his father and witnessed the fall of their people. Ayumi had been a guide, but she's hesitant to share everything. As Ryuto presses her for answers, Ayumi's face turns somber as she reveals something that shakes Ryuto to his core. Ayumi softly, regret in her voice. Ryuto, you need to know the truth. The destruction of your family, it wasn't random. It was orchestrated by someone you trusted. Someone you've been walking beside this entire time. Ryuto freezes, his heart racing. The shadows around him seem to grow restless, as if sensing his shock. The truth begins to settle, and he's been chasing the wrong enemy all this time. The person behind his family's destruction is someone close to him, someone he trusted. Ryuto struggling to process. What do you mean? Who betrayed us? Who could it be? Ayumi hesitating, looking away. The curse you carry, it wasn't random. It was orchestrated by someone you've trusted more than anyone else. The world around Ryuto seems to close in as he realizes the depth of the betrayal. His journey, his vengeance, everything had been based on lies. He now knows the enemy is much closer than he ever imagined. The search for the truth leads Ryuto to Kato, the man who raised him, his mentor, and the one person he believed he could trust. Kato had trained him, taught him to control his powers. But the confrontation with Kato reveals a truth that shakes Ryuto to his very core. Kato calm, detached. It was always meant to be this way. Ryuto, you were never meant to be free. You were meant to be the vessel for the Shadow King's power. Your father's death, your family's destruction, they were all part of the plan. Ryuto stands frozen, disbelief etched on his face. The man he trusted, the man who raised him, has been the architect of his suffering. The shadows around him surge, growing darker and more violent, as if reacting to the storm inside him. Ryuto voice breaking. No, you betrayed me? You betrayed my family? Kato's smile is cold, calculating. He steps forward, his words like a knife to Ryuto's soul. Kato cold and emotionless. Power isn't about loyalty, Ryuto. It's about control. You were never meant to lead. You were meant to be controlled. The curse was never a burden, it was a tool, a weapon. The shadows pulse, urging Ryuto to strike, to embrace the darkness. His grip tightens on his blade, but doubt fills his mind. If he destroys Kato, will he destroy himself too? Just as Ryuto stands there, struggling with the weight of his decision, Ayumi steps forward from the shadows. Her expression is no longer filled with regret. It's filled with a cold, calculating satisfaction. Ryuto's heart sinks as the final betrayal is revealed. Ayumi coldly, you were never meant to succeed. Ryuto, you were always a tool, a pawn in a game you didn't even understand. Ryuto stumbles back, his body reeling from the weight of the betrayal. The one person he thought he could trust, the one person who claimed to fight by his side, had been using him all along. His heart races as the truth sinks in, and the shadows grow stronger, wrapping around him like chains. Ryuto voice trembling. No, you lied to me. You were using me all along? Ayumi grinning. You were always the pawn, Ryuto. You were never meant to win. Ryuto's vision blurs with rage and betrayal. The shadows scream at him to embrace the darkness. to strike, to end this once and for all. But deep down, Ryuto knows that if he gives in, he will lose everything. He will become the very thing he fears. Just as Ryuto stands on the brink of his decision, another voice breaks through the chaos. It's a voice he knows, but one that chills him to the bone, mysterious figure voice cold, familiar. You think this is the end, Ryuto. You've been playing by their rules all along. But what if the game is just beginning? The figure steps forward from the shadows, revealing themselves. Ryuto's heart skips a beat as he realizes the depth of the game he's been caught in. He's been a pawn all along, and now, the true battle is just beginning. The forces manipulating him, the betrayals, the darkness, it's all part of a much larger scheme. The camera cuts to black, leaving only the haunting whispers of the shadows filling the void. Narrator Ryuto's voice, filled with uncertainty and dread. What if everything you believed was a lie? What if the real battle is only just beginning? What would you do in Ryuto's shoes? Could you forgive the ones who betrayed you? Or would revenge consume you entirely? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. For the next chapter of Ryuto Kageyama's journey, the truth is just beginning to unfold.